Welcome back to Timberborn and our planes playthrough. So, what are we doing in this session or this episode? Um, a slight confession. Well, not really a confession, but as I said in the Lakes one, so if you've not watched that one's still going, and obviously we've got the waterfall still going. These, I started obviously a new series, the Beaver one, and now we've got the Beaverbrook 2, and now we've got the Beaverbrook 3 because OneDrive did and deleted my saves, and for some reason Steam has not got them. I have no understanding why I can't get them, but anyway, that is the buy. And so these were done, probably nearly up to the previous video. They were done about 3 months ago. And I and ahmed about putting them on the channel, and I thought I'll just put them on there. So these are where the lakes, the plains, and the waterfalls is where we're going to be messing about ideas, and you're going to see different things to work for the Beaverbrook 2 and 3. Not so much the new Diarmid the 3 one, because no, the 2, sorry. It's such a tiny map that some of this won't work. But if you've not seen that, now I know that's running, that's on episode, I think, will be on, I think it's 33, I think we're on in this week when you're seeing this one. And so these are now recorded in the same week as all the others, basically. Caught everything up. Like I said, I was just going to dump them, and then I thought, no, I've already recorded them and spent the effort putting it in. I'll just put them on the channel. And that's why they were all. That's why I also haven't changed the thumbnails either. They're just going to stay the same right up to what I've said in previous ones. We're going to do up to about 50 episodes of each individual one. So this will be 50, the waterfalls will be 50, and obviously the lakes is 50, which actually has just reached the 50. But obviously, if something, you want to get used to the game, or you don't know something in the game, you can always put me a comment in on there, and then I may spin up another one, or one of the three, and say, no, this is how you do this, and this is the problem, A, B, C, and whatever else. So there's also that potential. So I'm not going to get rid of them. They will stay there, and who knows, in the future we may do a new waterfalls playthrough, but a hard one or something like that. But we'll see. Anyway, without further ado, we've got our really lovely housing here, and I'm quite impressed with that. As you can see from what was done in the lakes, if you've watched that to plains, because you're using what your knowledge in each one to, and obviously my knowledge now in the game is far superior to what it was to when I started, and now I understand mostly understand what the hell I'm trying to do. We don't have any fountain of joy in here, as I call it, no fountain of joy, because it's a right pain of a building to produce. I was thinking of this being the reservoir, or a reservoir. Now, I know we've got this little bit of a reservoir that I've created now, and I've got a lot of water. Bear in mind, this is on normal. So we're on the folktales, we're on normal. Now, folktales are the only ones out the folktales and the Iron Teeth, which we're playing in the Beaverbrook 3. One of the quick differences is these housing. Folktales need housing to reproduce, where the Iron Teeth need the is it an irrigation pod? Not an irrigation pod, or apologies, I can't remember the name, but it's a pod where they grow the beaver. You know what I mean? It's really weird. I mean, clearly that's a bit spooky, but anyway, so that's the difference. So hence the reason why I'm not saying one's harder than the other. I suppose maybe the Iron Teeth is slightly harder, in the sense of you just have to build a house and then thinking. But the good thing about it is it's controllable maybe more, So that's the difference. We've got some. There's a lot of other differences, like the water situation, where we can have large. Let me go over here. I know they're here somewhere. Where we can have these in the forktails, so they can have 3 beavers in. You can't do that at all in the iron teeth. So there's bits that had, you know, the really thought about how they can take it off and add it, and you know what I mean, and things. The iron teeth are more iron, you know, they're like building the smelters and things like that. So whereas the forktails are more passive and cutesy and whatever else, as was both cutie, but you know what I mean. We've got our carousel. All beavers like carousels, obviously, in real life, you know what I mean. And we've got our dancing, because they're like doing a bit of boogie. Bit of disco boogieing, probably. I don't know. Or is it a big beaver and you don't want a disco beaver? Whatever it is. And we've got our campfires in the centre. And everything that's going out from that. This can obviously go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, if I needed it. I've got only 160 adults in this place. There's not a lot, you know what I mean? You could fit easily 1,000 beavers on here and not too much worry. So, but we've obviously changed this quite a lot. If you haven't seen it, this used to go down here, and obviously now it does not. So I've got a more of a straight line. It could be potentially to actually go a bit further. Now, obviously, we've got the dam here, which is going up to a 65. So that's up to 65. Obviously, we can take that higher. But we have to be careful because these will slow down. So I think around 65 is the best speed, if I'm saying, for one of these. So we're not doing too bad. So what do we want to accomplish in this? It's the irrigation for the trees. Well, it's not too bad. I'm looking at my past, I think what I had as a title. And it's not really jumping out at me. I mean, I could obviously increase these quite substantially. Now, I think these are the oaks, and I think there's a maple around somewhere. Yeah, there's a maple in there. Now, there's a few ways of doing this. Are we doing with dirt? Now, we have got a bit of dirt. Where is my dirt excavator? I'm trying to find out where my dirt excavator is. I know it's around here somewhere. It must be around here somewhere. Come on, pigs. Where have you put your dirt excavator? I absolutely don't know. Lost it. I wouldn't mind having some sort of way of making this as, like I said, a reservoir, but I wanted to fill this in and then expand it from there. But I still can't find my dirt. It must be down. Ah, there she is. Oh, we've got 2 running. That's fine. We're not going to have a problem. We're obviously using the zip lines here, which is obviously in Update 7, which I think when I started this, Update 7 was not out. So we are running some new nifty stuff. It's getting back in to remind me what I think this was the last sort of thing that we were doing. It could pay. There's no underwater irrigation, I don't think. No, I stand corrected. There is an underwater irrigation. Now that's what's going. I was wondering why. I thought that would make sense to have an underwater irrigation here. So what I've got is I've set out, as you can see here, places where this can be blown up right back to there. So it will irrigate this channel, which it'll only irrigate this top one. It won't go further unless we wanted to build a few nifty little high-rised irrigation pondy things, which if you haven't seen that, go to the lakes one. It's only a tiny little thing, but it does do quite a vast amount of area, which is always good. I don't particularly have to worry about the water, and obviously the bad water gets puffed off here. The only problem is we've got we've got a bit of bell. I don't think we'll need much more on this flipper, but it depends on what I want to do here. Do I need another excavator? No, excavators are very expensive. But I didn't know. Let's just show you this. That it's something I only found out in New Diarma actually. I don't think it'll allow me. It might to look. As you can see here, I didn't know this. This can actually be in water, and that was like, oh flip! I wish I'd have known that to start with. And it can be in bad water as well. It doesn't have to be in, obviously, just good water. It can be in any water you want. And that was like, oh, I wish I'd have known that to start with. That would have been so cool. But anyway, that's just the way it goes. Obviously, we're blasting down here, as you can see. And as that's blasting, this is going to get ever longer. You just saw it there change. Because we don't want, we want to get this blasted as soon as possible. I'm going to increase that as well and get that a bit faster. Because obviously, like I said, this was where and I filled it in to make it a nice line. And obviously, I can do some more irrigation here if I want to, but this seems to be working quite well. Not brilliant, but working quite well. I've got enough explosives. I'm not worried about that. Extract is looking okay. Bad water's looking okay. Food is, well, I've only got 2 foods. So let's think about what we can do with the food situation while we're contemplating our next move. These are also, I think they were actually sunflowers anyway. Like crops, right. Why aren't you planting the crops? I'm not too sure why they're not planted it. No, I don't need paper. Well, I do need probably paper, but... right. Let's mark that as clear. Let's fix this. Now we've fixed this. Sunflower is back on the menu. Back on the menu, boys. Just reminds me of Lord of the Rings. That'll be the 3rd one. Where they're in the tower where all the orcs are, and is that the 2nd one when they're in the when they're in that when the Mary and Pippin are, and the orcs have got them, and they're running through that forest, or just before the Fern Forest, and they get thingied there, and then they get killed in the 3rd. I think it's back on the menu, but I think it was a 3rd one. But anyway, we digress. So as you can see, now what they're doing is, because this is tend to be dead, they're redoing these because I'm going underneath and irrigating this section, which is pretty nice. So let's see what else we can... It's always going to take a video or so just to get my head around what I'm trying to do here. Not too much worried about water. As I say, it might be an idea to irrigate this. I have got the decent thing is power is here. And it should make this work quite well. Now, there could be a... I was doing something there, but I was trying to work out what I was actually going to do. We can actually get over this here by going upwards. It's not ideal, but it's relatively the only way I can think of doing it. I suppose I could have some more wheels here. I mean, that'd be I mean, obviously, if I've got wheels here, I've also got wheels there, haven't I? Possibly that's... I mean, how much... tons of wood, I don't really have to worry about that. I think it needs a channel, though. I think this is probably why I did this here. Because that means it's got a lot more water in. I think it'll work. I'm convinced it's going to work. So we'll... Remember, that's what I said. These are here for working out little things in the game that we haven't done. Now, I don't think you've seen gravity batteries yet in any of my playthroughs. I've done it off camera, so I know the gravity battery, which as it sounds is a battery that goes downwards and produces power for a certain amount of time, but it does need to be high up. So that's another thing. It would be good to be on things like this, for an example, because you've got all that you can go down. It doesn't matter that it goes in water either, or either. I could obviously go down another level here as well, as you can see. But I've probably got enough reservoir, but it's also going to irrigate this land here. So that's another thing. I think it comes in here. It's also trying to remember where the hell it is. No, it comes into water, doesn't it? There we go. Mechanical, I've got 24,000. I don't have to worry about that. Now, we have got the bad water dome and the bad water rig. Sales a bad water source employs workers who extract bad water directly from the source. Ground must be... So you could do that, but I don't think we really need to do that. And centrifuge we've already done anyway. Now, this is a flow, so it tells me what the flow is. Obviously, like I said, what I'll do is, if that's the out... Now, it doesn't allow me to do that. And the reason why it doesn't allow me to do that is because I think... because of that. What I'll have to do, though, is... I'll have to do a... to here. Like I said, I'm just trying things out. This is all about trying out what's going to work, what doesn't work, why doesn't it work, and getting highly frustrated. I could be interested in blasting that down by one. So I'll pause that one. That means it'll flow down into this coffer. Again, what would be nice, because of the relatively size of this, where are they going to come from? Where's our... They could come from here, I suppose, or through the zip line. I'll go down, and we'll have to do something like that. This will allow us to... I suppose it wouldn't allow us to get up there. But why bother doing that, pig, when you can walk around, you nonce? Never mind. Never mind. It'll probably work out anyway. So, I'm thinking, therefore I am, and I've forgotten where the hell that one is again. Because obviously this is why it can't put this down, because it needs to have... Oh, I wish it wouldn't do that every time. No. It needs to have that. So, if that's the case, then this one here... two? I don't know. Might be just one. Obviously, I've got over 500. I don't have to worry about the dirt situation. I do have to worry about them getting through there, though. So, otherwise they'll get stuck. Now, we know what the beavers are like. They're lovely little creatures, but sometimes they're not the most, shall we say, intelligent. No disrespect to them. Right, so... As the system just gets... It gets... There we go, you see. See what I mean by we have to do that. Now, the problem being here is I can put this up. That's not a problem. Do I have the... Yes, I do have the treated, as we can see, in there. I need 50 gears, 121. Fine, no problem with that. Treated planks, 44. No problem with that. 174 of metal. Great. Brilliant. No problem with that. But... And it's a big boat. Now you see why I did that. So that now goes down in this little trough. So it increases. Is the power needs to be on this side? Well, I suppose it doesn't actually need to be on this side. It could be underneath. If I'm correct, which I invariably are correct. If I do that and pause that one, they'll be able to get to this one by walking around there. They're filling all these in because this needs to be filled in. Obviously, I've got that one. So that's a step in. It'll step in there and not be so harsh. It should. Now, theoretically... Oh, that's going to be an issue. I've just noticed something. There's going to be a problem here. Because this is higher than this, it will overflow. Oh, bummer. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Don't want that up to there for sure. I'm not too sure how many of them they will be able to do. Probably they won't be able to do any of these. The only other alternative, the problem is I haven't got a lot of planks. Now, I'll be able to do that one, because that's fine. I'll pause that one, because then they can get that one. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a pain. Because that now is going to be as high as that. That now is also going to have to be filled in. I suppose at least I'm using my... Because it needs to be as high as that there. Right, that can now come on. No, actually, I'm not going to do that. I've got another idea. I'm going to build that first, even though I'm using a gear. But that's fine. Orders in this game are really important. If you... shall we say, not do the order terribly well, you're going to have a problem. I should be okay. Yeah, but, yeah. I'm just thinking, is that going to be high enough? Now, obviously, I can increase this slightly. to like 30%. But I've got to be careful because this could reduce this power output. But as that's like a trough, it will push in and it go faster because obviously that's how. I don't know how physicsy this game is. See, that would be there, and then that would not be there. I'm trying to work out. Unfortunately, the wheels are larger. I can't put that wheel there and that wheel there to double up. That's a bit of a pain. I don't want that one because that's just silly. I should be okay. No, I probably want them a bit. Yeah, let's just delete this. Like I said, all this is working out how we're gonna do it. I don't want to cover this up because this is where the, where it's going to come down, if we like. I always get this wrong. Where the hell are you? I can't see the wood for the trees. Power. That might be okay. If we have 50. Oh, that's just, I'll just get on with it. Get on with it, guys. I ain't even going to read too much about that. The reason why I've done that is, apart from they can do that, which now they've done, that's going to need a certain power up to here. Although saying that, though, it doesn't, does it? Because this will be all linked. So what I'm doing is, I mean, it's probably far too many, but don't forget, I can transfer the power to somewhere else, and it's free, I've got all these logs. The beavers are not running it anyway, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I'll pause that one and get these two built. So then they can get all this back built. That will then need the power up to here. This is why I love this game, because you're thinking about building. There's something, I don't know, maybe it's a block thing. I have no idea. We can... I think they can walk on that, but I don't think they need to. I may have built it wrong. It won't be the first time that I've done it wrong. And it certainly won't be the last of this game. This is new. On the previous 6 version, you had to fiddle with these, and it'll figure it out. It does get a little funny occasionally, and you go, but not too bad. I have, see what I mean? I have no idea why it did them. Because that, and it's done it in that one as well. I think it's to do with dragon. And it goes, oh, well, you must want, I must need the other. No, that's not what I wanted to just do. You see, I don't want to detonate that because then they can get around. Now that now has to be in here. That now, I can't do that until I get rid of that one, but I can't do that until all this is built. Because I can't get round. Which means I'd have to do something, steps and thingies and whatever. This is the only way that they can get round in here to do. Bear in mind, they can reach 2. So they can reach this one, but they can't reach that one. Hence the reason why. Right, so we've done that. We'll just let them get on with this. Now, how is the irrigation plan gone here? Still, it's too... Oh. Forget about that. You have to add extra, don't you? I've only got the 27 planks, but that's just going to get me back 120. That's going to get me back another 90. And then we'll pick this up. And that'll be fine. So we'll see this coming right the way down to here. Eventually. I mean, I could do another irrigation here. How are we doing with the... we're only at 17, which is quite low for what we're at, to be honest. I've got no chestnuts and I've got no spaddock. Now, things like the spaddock thing need to be in a single lane like this. They cannot be in any deeper than one in water. If they are, it just won't work. They will die because they'll get flooded. So that's another a concern. I hope this is going to work because I've been on about it and I'll look stupid if it doesn't. Which again won't be the first time. I can do them down now because I don't think that needs to be done. Now we could, for the purposes of having a problem here, just for now, I could get them to build this way. That way, as you can see, I've done it in a way that they can walk on the top and build at the same time. And they can get it from here. Yeah, I can do the path from here. This is, well, I'm going to say it's technically the wrong way around, but remembering in mind is they tend to, they want to build this way from the, what I call the butt end. But it doesn't matter because we've also got two on this side, so it goes, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Whatevs. We've not got this done yet. Is it because of the plank? Well, I'll get planks back in. What would have been a better situation would have been to build a log there so that they'd come back up and just chuck them in here and not have to walk all the way back round again. Which that's what they're doing. I don't know what he's got in his hand though. Do you know what he's got in his hand? No. Carries planks. Also, I think if this is better, they can actually carry more as well. I don't know whether he's a hauler. So that's another thing that, you know, you can do in this game. It's beautifully designed. There's not many games that I can say that I've played that every time that I'm just going to add more water in here. I don't think... Oh, yes, there is enough. I was just checking to see if I had enough. It's best to have full, because there's 10,000. I've got half left. Not that I have to worry too much, as we can see. They only go... That's another thing. These only go down by 4 as well. Which is obviously another problem. Not that I'd have to worry. I can always blast this out. Oh, I've just put some more in there. I'm just trying to like I said, I'm trying to try a few different ideas to be able to, in the future, play other things of Timberborn and see what else we can, you know, see what else we can learn out. I could literally play this game for 12 hours and, well, I'd have to move for a Wii, that's for certain. And I'd have to have a tea break, unless I had a flask with me. That might, but I'd have to probably have about 5 flasks because I'd have to, you know, the amount of tea that I drink. It's been known that I'm an excessive tea drinker. Yeah, I'll drink a gallon, which is, you know, 4 pints. So that is, what's that? 4.5 liters, I think. Easy in a day. I do. It's the same when I was, you know, no different to when I was I used to write for a living as well. I used to have my earphones on, get me ABBA on, and that was it. I was well away. Sing to myself. Other people that I used to know that used to write as well. And just say, how the hell do you listen to music and write at the same time? I said, I've done it ever since I was a kid. You know, I've been writing in one way that... Hey, see what I mean? Look at this. You stupid beaver. You stupid... Oh. Stupid beaver. Right. I'll have to now... See what about... How you got caught in there, I'll never know. You've just let me down. Makila? Mackley. Is it Mackley? I know there's a thing somewhere that I could get eventually subscribers as the thing is, but I don't know whether it's put somewhere. And we may do that eventually if people would like that, and they would see their name, their handle. I don't know how that's done yet. I know other people have done that in the past. Let's get this in. Let's get this in. Planks. Oh no, I'm going up in planks. I'm not going down in planks. So as you can see, we're sort of getting there. I must have them all done relatively now. Let me know. Apparently not. Yes, I do. Let's add to the path. Let's get rid of the... I think this... I don't know when tunnels were added. Probably there are maybe a 6. A 6... I don't remember them in 6. Probably these are in a 7 as well. Update number 7. So these are a recent thing. It just adds so much more dynamic to the game. And obviously we had the 3D terrain. Right then, that's done. That's bonkers as this. So I'm using the power from these to go all the way around. It looks awful, but it works. I know I could do some potentially wind, but wind is one of these things that it works when it works, and when it doesn't work, it's a right pain. Now we've got that, I should be able to have this built now. Because all this there is built. Now, I can also use this for another side as well, for something else. That's another reason why I did that. Right, so that now needs power into there. That needs power into there. Now, we should, theoretically, if I'm not completely stupid, which, let's not go there. Ooh, refinery. Oh yeah, we got some. I haven't done any of these yet. Observatory and any of the others. We need to look into things like that because I've not built them, so I don't understand the mechanics of them. Not many people. I don't think not many players use one of these things. The problem being is I'm going to have to shut it off. Because if I don't shut it off, we're going to have problems. Right, now he's going to walk out now. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're going to sleep now. You stupid beaver. Now we can go this way. We should be able to walk over... we won't be able to walk over that. But... that's okay, I could do this. Let's see what that's done. How far have I got here? Yeah, I should be able to finish all this relatively off. Come on, where are you? There you are. Obviously, there's an issue here because this is not the right height. I don't want to get rid of that. How much? Oh, I've got tons of these. So let's do a boom boom. Let's do a bit of boom boom. I like a bit of boom boom. Like this blob being blown up. That means that'll be a 2. I need to eventually go down there. Dirt there. Delete that. Get rid of that. Eesh. It's definitely funny what's. I mean, if you're into your gaming, or maybe you're not even into the gaming, you're just watching this because that's what you like to do. And there's a lot of problems in gaming at this precise moment in development side, and a lot of things happening in the industry. Things like Microsoft playing silly buggers, and they were warned that's what they do, but it is what it is. Well, yeah, they might be. Yeah, they will be able to get to that. I missed one there. It's not going to hold a lot of water, but it's going to hold something. It's more likely to irrigate all this lot, because it'll re-irrigate all that, and use it as a. This is what I like, is that I like natural. Even though that was, I artificially blasted this, it feels sort of natural. Even though this is ish. Oh, hell's fire! Look at that. We've got one. I think we've got a trap one again. I think he'll jump over that though. He'll jump upwards. There we go. Whip. Oh, I can now sort this out. Let's put one this in here and get that built. I've got a lot of things left. Let's get this drought approaching. Don't need to worry about droughts. Obviously, this is an overflow, which I created. Things are happening. I might be able to get this done in. I'll probably get this done, and I mean, I'll lose all the water and everything else getting done. So that's usually the case in these builds. You can get down there. Don't say you can't get down there. Maybe I haven't got enough. Well, I've got a lot of builders. Jeez. Yeah, I didn't think I had enough builders, but I do. We're still only on 18. How's this at? Now, there we see it's getting to the irrigation stage of huge the way down here. Do we want to go a bit further? I think we do, because it's only here. And it might pay to go as far as I really want to. Well, might as well, might be. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be unbeneficial. We can only do 10 at a time. No, I don't want that. That was a bad. Thank you. Oh, all right. Just delete. Yep. Sometimes it can have a hissy fit. Let's just go to another one then. That's it. That's as far as I'm gonna go in this. That should. If I go up now, that's going to take it right to here. Which should be enough water. Now, obviously, what I did, the bad water before was around here. That means that doesn't make much of a difference then. So we'll delete this off, demolish this. Obviously, the only way to do that would be to fill that in, but that's okay. I'm happy about that. How are we doing? Are we getting water? We are getting water. But you see what I mean? It works really well. What's the difference between that and unfiltered? What the hell does that mean? Water. Yeah, what the hell does that mean? Unfiltered. I've not seen that before. I'm going to pause for now. Because otherwise the beavers will not fill this out. It's too far. What do you mean it's too far? Oh. Always gets me does that. They can fill all that in, but they can't fill that in. But they can fill it in if I give them an excuse to be able to walk that way. Right, that's fine. This should be the other way around, but it's not causing an issue. But you can see now why I did the mechanical. Don't understand why this is though. Oh, that was probably because it hadn't filled that in. But it's working. Now, obviously, I can extend this to give me even more. Now, it might even... I was thinking, would it pay to cut this off and move this in line? But it's better if it's a curve, I would have thought. I don't know. Out doesn't really make much of a difference, but... Yeah, because we'll get more... This will be more irrigated. Obviously, this... down here isn't fully irrigated as of yet, because obviously we haven't got any. I haven't got any in here either. Tunnel. So I think we'll go at least to there, which is here. So that one can be done as well. And we'll see from there. Right, they're going to fill this in. That's jolly good. Get yourself out of there, beeves. Because I'll fill this in. It's the first time... Well, I don't think it is the first time, but it's the first time... No, it's not the first time, because I built a mechanical thing in the lakes, and it was terrible. I built it for the Fountain of Rojol. If you haven't seen that one, go and have a look at the lakes playthrough. Probably like 47 onwards, I think. That one could come down, because that's not going to affect... It's not going to affect any of these. I don't want to take this out yet, because obviously the beavers are in there. And it's bad if I take them out. We've got one more to do there. I've still obviously got to get all this right the way up. If I don't get this all the way right the way up, construction is waiting. Anyway, let's do this. It's because it's the wrong way around. If I turn this now, you'll see what I mean. That can be done. That can be done. It's the direction, I would say, it's the direction that they're looking. This one can but not be built because this one's not being built. Once this one's been built, well, they can't get to it. Yeah, it's too far, but once that's been built, they'll be able to do the other ones, I think. And then that section is over. It's not going to come through here. We've only got this section here. Why? Can they not get up there? No, they cannot get up there. No, they can't because this can only go there. Well, let's just solve that. How are we doing? That's, I think... There's definitely something satisfying about watching the explosions. That was a bit of a miss thing, because I'm going to leave this in here. But not anymore. I don't need it. I know it's like... You're just getting rid of some stuff there, but... I can't... I'm going to have to pick this up. There's no storage I can get rid of. I'm not worried. I've got tons of... it's logs I've got tons of. I haven't got a lot of planks for. I need to get rid of this first, because if I get rid of this, they won't be able to reach it. Once this is in, all these will allow to be put in. So we can see. I'll pause that one so they can get that one done. Theoretically now, I can put this going. Because it's going to take a huge amount of time for that to fill up from this fluid. And obviously when the water runs out, then the water runs out. Well, that clearly makes sense. It makes sense in my mind anyway. This needs to be done first, and then this. So I've got all this going. So we're up the same height. I could redesign this and to make it look a bit more reservoir-y, and then extend this out again. And then pull this back and only have it just over there. Well, I'm saying I could have had that, but I couldn't. I had to have it this way because obviously I couldn't have it in the centre because I couldn't get the power. And I've had to route the power around. When I forgot to route the power around, I might as well just have them here. I didn't need the two, but aesthetically it looks a bit more pleasing, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. That is actually working. I wasn't too sure, but like I said, that's something I can remember in a next playthrough that will work. No, I'll cancel. No, because I've got planks. Planks that I need, not logs. I mean, am I producing enough? Yes. That is for treated planks. Thank you, PC. Thank you, PC. It's not this one, it's... you probably can't even hear it, but it's going... Da-da-da-da-da. It's the other one. I run a sort of a 3PC setup here. This is the gaming one, and then I have the one that does all the thumbnails and emails and everything else. And then I have a teeny little one. It's like what I call a Matchbox PC. And that does the uploading. So I send this file over to the network, let it upload, and then I can do another one while that's uploading. I don't need to wait, you know, and mess with this PC. You know, that's the way I do it. Other people do it their own way. Probably only have one, but like I said, being an ex-programmer at this precise moment, that's the way I have mine. I should have really got rid of that, shouldn't I? That's a bit of a misplay. I suppose it doesn't matter. Right, drought is here. It doesn't matter because obviously these are, they'll hold 60. The only trouble being is this, every time I blast one of these up now, it's going to reduce the length. We are doing this as well. Better do that there. And because that's 45, we do lose, I think, one. For every one that I am going to do that because it's just stupid. Let's just let's get some storage going. I'll put one here. This is for planks. This is for planks. And this is for planks. It's probably too much. Because what they'll do is they'll take that back and they should put them in here. And then come and get them from here to go in there. But the two... I think it's a log as well. Right, let's have one for logs. Because I think it's one for logs. And let's have the rest of them for planks. That way they won't have to keep going backwards to go get it. Which is what I should have had in the first place. But it is what it is. Right, they're doing that now. Obviously now there's no water flow. Although train... Oh, yeah, because there's no power. Now, I suppose it's possible to put windmills on here, like these are. But when that gets full, if you think about it logically, when this gets full, I don't think we're going to have to worry about... Well, we're not going to have to worry about it, you know, losing anything. That bit. Yep. So this is basically our little reservoir, our top reservoir now. Which is what I wanted to create, because I thought it was a quite nice thing to do. I mean, this is a massive map. I mean, look, there's so much play. It's unreal. But I can see now we are getting to the end of our Plains playthrough. But I hope you enjoy this, because that, like I said, as you could probably tell, and I keep saying that, I absolutely love this game. I look so much forward to play it. Every time, because it just suits my it just suits, you know, it suits me back to the ground. And you know, I'm gonna pick them up now. When this gets, obviously these get up, there we go, you see, nice, see, so they're taking them wherever they're taking them, and as this they're picking them back up again, because this is close, they're going to take that. Now, hopefully, when they want some more, they're going to come and get them from here and not actually get them from wherever the others are. We just had an explosion there. Yeah, so this will, I mean, it doesn't really matter now. It's another reservoir to let us get going. So, like I said, we'll end it here because it is an hour. And I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly have. We will see you in the next Timberborn playthrough. And where we may expand this, we've obviously got it going. We'll see what else we want to... Because I want this well-being higher before we're obviously finished. And see what we can build. See if we can build some sort of wonder or something. Let's see if we can do that in the remaining videos that we've got for this. But anyway, take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.